got a little Miss Chief out here flexing with me. Man, just thinking about the good old days where it wasn't really no good old days, but it was some crazy times in people's lives where they used to do some crazy things, man, with these damn dogs. And they just really meant to be just loved on. So, these so crazy dogs, but they really good therapy, man. This motherfucker, they my therapy, you know what I'm saying? So, time changes, make a long story. They used to be used for brutal crap. And through education and enlightenment, people start to look at things differently. They start to look at things and see the love in things and stop seeing the negative and stuff or just the money that you can make or just the bull crap about some stuff in life. This little Miss G, she funny. And she is a dang problem. She took me back to them days. That's why I'm mentioning it. She's nothing. She want to get in so much trouble, but that ain't her purpose no more. So I just have to pay extra attention to her. You know what I'm saying? Watch her because she is a freaking problem. But let's get some stretches out and we're gonna go from there. Like I said, good morning. Welcome to Keep It Real. We're gonna this week we really are trying to I got a real butt head dog. For real. Whatever it takes. Good morning. I love you too. Good morning. Okay, so this week we giving out memories to people who have been positive in our lives. So I started off with my stepfather, you know what I'm saying? State trooper, ex-state trooper, he no longer with us no more, but you know, guy in a position to try to do some good, like in all positions of authority. Do some good. Sometimes you don't do all good. It is what it is. But with all that being said, Edward Cornelius Lucas helped me become the man I am. He helped me become the man that I am, and that's a true statement. So on that same day that I wanted to give my stepfather some acknowledgement, one of my viewers and subscribers told me that their fiance had passed on their way to him, practically. And instead of me just saying my subscriber's fiance, I called him up today so I could get his fiance's name because I wanted to be intentional about what I'm doing. So, Laquanda Cerise Bias, rest in peace. So, on that day, we also talked about Jackness. The next day, that's my granddad. That's my mother's father. So I called my mother's sister to ask his middle name because I wanted to give him the same respect that I would give anyone else who has been a positive part of my life. So I called her, and during the show, she called me back. So I knew what the call back was. So make a long story short, all my life, I known him as Jack Thomas. And it must be all her life she known her father as Jack Thomas. And come to find out through research, when she looked on her birth certificate, she found out her daddy was Fred Jack Thomas. So that was important too, because Don't you want to know your daddy's real name, whole name? If you live with him all your life, that might be something you might find important. So education and enlightenment. So that's what this whole movement is about. And I wanted to mention that too. If I say some things that may not be totally factual, I always give you the opportunity. More than that, I encourage you to go Google it yourself. Because if I say something and you don't know, and then you go find the truth for yourself, whether I was right or wrong, I still completed my mission to educate and enlighten. So I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm not perfect. I may say some things that may be, you may have a different view and a different opinion. You may be able to give resources to prove your opinion. Do that. That's a blessing. Get as much knowledge as you can. That's a blessing. So going back to showing love and respect, today, Thursday, we started off with Edward Cornelius Lucas. We also wanted to say rest in peace to Laquanda Cerise Bias. The next day, we was talking about Fred, Jack Thomas, and bam, you can't mention my great king of a granddaddy without mentioning my great queen of a grandmother, Florida Toy Thomas. Now, her toy, T-O-I, and she'll be 100 years old, a little older today, or around this time. So that was a real classic name for a person at that time, I thought. You know what I'm saying? So my grandmother was really above her time. Now, speaking of people and speaking of grandmama and speaking about surrendering and speaking of all of that, ask anybody about my grandmama and they gonna say she one of the most in tune person they know when it comes to relationships with the Most High. If I can't say it no other way, I don't want to say the most godly, most churchy, whatever you want to call it. But in our family hierarchy, she was the one that was the most honest, the most believable, the most trustworthy, the most in tune with God. Some of her children have tried to reach those levels. Maybe some of her grandkids maybe have tried to reach that level. Don't know. But I say this to say this. There's certain things that's in certain genes. It may skip a generation, it may not. But just understand that in-tuneness that she has is in the blood. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, Florida Toy Thomas. Rest in peace, grandma. So, okay, that's a lot of information for that day. But today, we're going to get some stretching real quick, get this back. That's what I brought, my little medication, this little off-brand Icy Hot, the little roll-on. I do that almost once a day. Migraine, I don't know, I can't call it, I don't know what it is, migraines. It works for your nerves. So when you have pinched nerves and stuff in your back, it ain't about so much no migraine headache, it's a nerve medication. So when you're doing exercises and you trying to stretch these nerves and you're trying to get through that nerve pain, that sharp, that use that migraine. So I'm giving you that for free. That's free. And I use it, and you ain't got to get no name brand. I get the Family Dollar brand, Dollar General, Dollar Burger. I don't, just get something regular. And as long as it says for migraines, because that means it's going to work for the nerves. So that's all. Ooh-wee. Oh, that felt good. So yeah, I'm going to make today kind of short. It ain't gonna be as short as you think. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. So we giving much respect to people who have passed in our lives, and actually give some shout outs and hugs to people that's still here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with giving some flowers to those who can smell them. I like that. I might have to put that on the t-shirt. Ain't nothing wrong with giving flowers to those that can smell. Y'all can't have that one. I'm copying writing that. That's property of Collabo Entertainment. See how you do that? Oh, excuse me. All right, let's get this 20 out because I'm gonna hit y'all with some other stuff. I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 ways that you could tell if you're in a false religion, or if you know a false religion, or if you heard about a false religion. I'm gonna give you 3 simple checks. You may dispute them, may not. But if you're, or any religion you know, check these 3 dots, it's a good chance it's a false religion. Because if all these 3 dots is checked, and all this information is not true, and they basing they myths and fairy tales and songs and dances on these things that's not true, it's a good chance that you amongst that inhabited earth that's being misled. So I'm gonna hit y'all with some of these 3 dots so you could do some fact checking for yourself. One thing I want you to do while we doing this 20, or whenever you can, and I've asked you this before, and I don't think it has changed. Google what the first man and women may look like. Not no artistic crap, just factual. And then you can also Google what Adam and Eve look like. Not artistical, factual. Now, do that while we get this 20 out. And I might have to do it again, because sometimes they can't even change what I'm finna say. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. The few things can't be hidden long. The sun, the moon, and the truth. Let's get this 20 out. I'm about to work on this core. If y'all did that research, if it came out with some people of color, send a comment. When you Google what would the first man and woman look like, it should have came up with some people of color. So, and if it don't, try it again, because it's impossible for it not to be true unless you asking it the wrong thing. I have learned that too. You can try to word some stuff to fit your agenda, and you might get a whole different answer, because your AI gonna tell you what it thinks you want to hear, and it might not be the truth. You might not want to hear the truth. And your AI will give you just enough fiction for you to go on and jump back in that line of them multi-millions who don't want to know the truth, who don't want to accept the truth. Let me get this out, and I'm gonna give y'all some truth. We're gonna hold it for a minute. We ain't gonna quit. I'm gonna tell you. Whew. Let's go a little bit. Woo. start doing that right, you feel it in your thighs too. Excuse me. So if you're doing it right, you feel it in your thighs too, because your legs supposed to be elevated. Elbow, knee. Not like that. But okay, so look. Couple ways you could tell. Now, if you did this research, if you did your Google and you asked what Adam and Eve look like, if it's legitimate, it's gonna have a person of color. If you ask what the first man and woman look like, if it's legitimate, it's gonna have a person of color. This everyday information, the simple moron can Google this information. So, if you got a big, any organization that call themselves preaching God's word, they got access to the same information. So if they got access to this information and they promote or misleading the truth, lying, that's rule number one. That's one sign you might have to think. So in other words, if your religious organization, your pope, your pastor, your witness, your Baptist, if they journals and they pamphlets is promoting a European Adam and Eve, that's the first sign that you might be in a white supremacist organization that is not promoting truth. Because when you Google it, you're gonna see the first people is black. So if you go to an organization that's promoting something that's not true, it's not by mistake. They got the same Google that you got. So bam. Now we talking about believers in Christ. We talking about believers in the Bible. So if you believe the stories in the Bible and you believe scientists, you believe DNA, you believe AI, they telling you you cannot come from, you can't come from nothing but what you coming from. Period. And I'm gonna explain that on the fourth way. So if they got a European Adam and Eve, that's the first sign you stepping in some mud. Because anybody could Google, the truth is the total opposite. And what's the opposite of God? Okay, so that lets you know where we going with this. Now, you read the Bible. The Bible done told you Adam and Eve and his raggedy ass kids, they raggedy ass kids done messed it up for us. God been to mop them. And he done had the flood. Mopped them. Everybody gone. All the Adam and Eve kids gone. Everybody gone. Except for them people on that boat. Noah and his family. Now, we all know, Google gonna say the longest living people was those people in Africa. That's where human people, as we know, come from. So with that being understood, that means after the whole world was mopped, some more Negroes had to start it all over because you can't get a Negro from nothing but a Negro. So if the whole world mopped, ain't nobody on that boat. Who on that boat? Not no beige people, because two beige people could hunt for eternity and they ain't never gonna get no black, blue African. That black, blue African can only come from a black, blue African. I teach you some more about genetics. Two modern day European half-cut Middle Easterns is not gonna get you what you got back then. So if they got you a European, Noah and his family all European, that's rule number two. That's rule number two. You getting deeper in some bull crap. Because these is based on facts. You put Europeans where God has put people of color. Facts. Now, them just two sides. Number three, they done, the beginning people, they done disrespect, I'm gonna slow down. Ain't none of this true. So they done took away the ethnicity of Adam and Eve. They done took away the ethnicity of Noah and his family. Now, Jesus Christ. We ain't even gonna talk about his ethnicity. All we gotta do is just know the truth. They done put a Roman pagan god on him. This is not his identity. Google that. Google who your current day Jesus is taken from. It'll take you to some Roman king. Me and some of my followers, we end up in different streets. One of them say this Roman fake pagan god. One of them say this Roman. Pick one. Pick one. We're not going to argue that. That's rule number 3. If your religious organization is using that pagan imagery, which all of them is, because if they Jesus ain't got no color, it all come from that Roman pagan blueprint. Whichever one of those pagan guys you want to name, Zeus, Apollo, Opharius, Captain Kirk, whatever you want to do, all pagan gods, meaning not from the true God. So boom, that's another third sign you could tell if you're in a false religion. And let me tell you the 4th sign. For someone to put all that together and say, Jehovah Jireh, you don't know what you're doing. We know you started with people of color, because if you didn't, you could never get no color. We know you amazing and great, but for a religious organization to say, screw you, Jehovah Jireh, this is what you should have done. You should have started with Europeans. That's the final sign where you, right then, when they done put all that together, you know you ain't in no true religion. You know you ain't in no true, you in a racist organization that's promoting white supremacy based on a few songs and lullabies that got to do with Jesus. If everything that got to do with Jehovah has been altered to support white supremacy, like Jehovah Jireh don't know what he was doing, let me tell you people that started off with no pigment. You never had no pigment. So by now, you'd be almost invisible. The sun be done killed you. Would be no human race. God knew what he was doing. So for you to put all this bull crap in here, and then you to disgrace God's plan and his omnipotent power and genius, he knew he couldn't have started with no Europeans. We'd be dead. Colorless for one, plain and Jane. But to say that, to take away his greatness and to pick Adam and Eve as Europeans when God, true God, and DNA and everybody, Michael Jackson, everybody know the truth. So if your religious organization promoting the lie, that's one good sign. You know, ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. And it's meant for you to know, because I told you, tick, 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 tick. Clock ticking. You can no longer keep pretending like you have no knowledge of the truth. Clock ticking. Ignorance don't get you no time off your sentence. Because you can't even claim ignorance. You can claim refusal to accept the truth. That don't do nothing. That don't do nothing but get your butt cheeks spread it wider. Because you had a chance to Google, you had a chance to use your heart, because your heart gonna tell you ain't no way everybody in the Bible from Africa, all Europeans. When you see all these depictions, your heart ain't telling you, damn, I don't feel Jesus in this room. He can't come through all them pagan imagery. He choose not to. I'm here. I'm breaking through all those pagan imageries. I'm in your house right now giving you the truth. And Jesus know what he just chilling. He ain't got to come here. The truth out there. Google it yourself. The truth out there. Or if you want to know if you worship in a false, if you in a false organization or false religion, if all the stuff I told you is false, how many more falses do I have to share with you? Take as many as you need to take, because he ain't going to keep trying to force you. Come on. That's a lie. Come on, nigga. He going to be like, if you turn back, you turn to salt. You've been told. And that's it. Everybody else going that way. Anybody else who going to have problems with the truth, No one can stop y'all from that. Shit. Let's get this 26. I got stuff to do. So if your religious organization talking about God don't know what he doing, he should have made all them European. So we gonna do it for him. Don't ever think that come from no God. I wouldn't be telling you since you need some help. Because we've been misled for a long time. This ain't gonna be easy. So the first thing I'm sharing with you is, don't keep tripping on what's next. Just grasp reality first. Everybody trying to worry about what's next, Lord, what's next? Breathe. Find your truths and understand. Back away from these false religious organizations for a minute. Don't keep contributing your 10% so they can keep promoting this racist agenda propaganda that ain't based on no truth. They telling you the only truth is our Jesus is a Roman pagan God. You pick one. That's how. And like, how many times I gotta tell you, a picture is 1,000 words. Jesus Christ is 2. You trying to tell me that pagan entity? Oh, it don't matter. The spirit of them pagan gods is in there. Jesus' spirit ain't in there because it ain't him. It ain't him. You think he gonna force his way into some pagan god's body? That sounds retarded. That pagan god gives you no salvation. This is a little icing on the cake. So, start getting rid of some of those pagan images and ask for the Son of Nazareth, the Son of the motherland, the Son of the Most High. Ask all your prayers to be channeled through him. Ask for all your worries and questions to be channeled through him. You already know it's a pagan God named Jesus. You know, Google that 100 times. That's nobody's Jesus. So when you want to really have some hope, you really want some salvation, you're going to have to use a direct address. You can't just be Lord Jesus Christ. Because when you got all these pagan imageries, that's who you talking to. That's who you know you talking to. That's who you claiming is him. But even the facts, you know it ain't. So you can't pretend like, no, I'm really trying to call the true Jesus. He ain't nowhere around. Oh, this is white supremacy, racist crap. Ain't none of it true. Jesus ain't nowhere around none of this. Period. Period. I don't care how much pretending good you think you're doing. If you have not accepted Jesus Christ, you get no salvation. And if you accepted a Roman pagan God as Jesus Christ, you get no salvation. Just because you yelling the word Jesus Christ and you up there kissing the head of a pagan God, you get no salvation. So on that note, pray. Come on. I don't know about these girls. So yeah, we are trying to, like I said, don't be worried about, everybody worried about what's next. New World Christian Organization. Everybody trying to worry about what's next. The worry about what's now. Realize that we've been misled. Accept that in your heart, accept that in your spirit, no matter if you white, black, blue, or yellow. Just realize, okay, God is amazing. God ain't made everybody in the Bible from Africa, European. This some man-made adaptations. And who encouraged that? That wasn't God. Jehovah Jireh ain't gonna never say, paint my son like no European pagan enmity. That you can end that right there. Jehovah Jireh gonna say, paint my son, Jesus Christ, son of Nazareth, son of the motherland, son of the Most High, like Zeus? Wake up. You gotta know that ain't from no. So if that's what your religion promoting, it's okay. They got cults out here. They got fast religion out here. Most of them is. You just found one that fit you. You can dance with them, and Sister Brown accepting your other ways and all of this. You ain't accepted Christ though, because that ain't Christ. So understand that. The truth is what it is. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. So on that note, this little girl here, that's little Miss, come on, little Miss G, show them what you're working with. This motherfucker got she is something different. Long ass alligator mouth, tear a hole in your behind. But on that note, once again, stay real, stay strong, stay rough, do some research, open up. I can't even, you're going to have to truly surrender, but I don't want to recommend it, because I swear I don't get no sleep, I don't get no rest. Everything is all about uplifting right now and getting the truth out right now. I might can't do it 100% right now. I'm still human right now. So understand that I'm going to make mistakes right now. But I'm just trying to help you right now. Do some research. If your stuff got 5 of them, which I know it do. I know it do, because this is a European Catholic religious country. They brought that with them. And it just spread it like a disease. But it ain't based on no facts. And now we got the internet. Now we educated a lot more. And now we enlightened. Don't just keep dancing and singing in the name of Jesus and think Zeus got some redemption for you, some salvation for you. He ain't got nothing for you, but he gonna sing. While you up there screaming and hollering, talking about you ain't wanna believe old ugly Carlo. And then you don't want to believe your own ears and your own eyes when you done Googled and you start off, you seeing all these brown people. That right there gonna let you know it ain't about no Carlo. Cause if you Google Adam and Eve and they show you some people without color, I bet you that ain't a true depiction. They gonna say this is our artistic view. This is what we like to promote. As far as our white supremacy program. Would you like this, or would you like to see the truth? Oh, we want the truth. Pow, you're gonna see people of color. So understand that, and if your organization ain't promoting the truth, then your organization is a false religious organization. It's okay, stay tuned. I'm giving you the truth, I'm gonna give it to you every day. Don't feel no obligation to go up in all these buildings and all that. Your temple right here, start at home. Start doing research with your kids, start doing research with your grandmama. Because they the ones that's so stubborn. They the ones so, oh, this gotta be Jesus. What? You don't love Jesus? What? How you get that out of that ain't Jesus? Mama? That ain't Jesus. Mama? Some of them we gonna have to let go down that aisle. Because they refuse to Google. They refuse to believe what their ears and eyes say. Because they don't want to believe the messenger instead of listening to the message. And that's why I be trying to tell a lot of my viewers, I might say 1 or 2 things wrong. Don't miss the whole message. Don't lose sight of the message. Because I said it was Tuesday and it was Wednesday. If I tell you the building burning down, don't miss the message. Don't miss the message. Man, stay real. Real.